Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Look at this. This is a new road. Yes. Well, I wouldn't call it a new road, but this bit was dug up the other day and it was an absolute nightmare. And now this bit's been tarmac, but the other half they couldn't be bothered to do. There you go. That's called cost cutting on a grand scale, isn't it? But I suppose it's better than it was. It was a pothole nightmare of a road. Often use this road as a shortcut, because if you're coming from lower Universal area and you cut back to the rear of the police station, often at lunchy time you get a bit of a gridlock at a crossroads of traffic lights, and every man and his dog is trying to go home for lunch. So if you wiggle and waggle around this road, you get out onto the inner ring road and you get to beat all of the traffic lights. And then of course you can't lose any gold stars because you haven't gone through any red lights, have you, Miss Andrea? There we go. Now you can take a detour and go to the left and do a bit of off-roading, but to be honest, I'm in a Mercedes S-Class, so I'm not going to do that today. If it was in a Land Cruiser, probably I would. So we're going to backtrack on ourselves. As you can see, the road surface is absolutely diabolical, so if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, pour a tot or two for the man known as Lord Nigel Big Guns, but get your bottom on a memory foam pillow, because the roads, this bit's been done here as well, look at that, and they tarmac that bit. Well, see, slowly but surely the roads in Paphos are getting worse, and they are, because even they are doing some of the roads, they cannot keep up with the roads, and there's a lot of bad roads in downtown Paphos. Here we are, we're on the inner ring road, and we're going to come out by the former Debenhams. That's what former Debenhams, not Debenhams anymore, if you understand me. Now we are going to take a right and we're going to head into the area of Skipu, and we're going to go and find a benzene station, because we do need to put some fuel into the old girl. So on that note, if you're wondering how the channel is funded, well, basically it's down to you. We have hooked up with a little thing called Buy Me a Coffee. So it's a secure platform where you can log on to it and register one of your credit cards, buy us a one-off coffee, or perhaps make us a monthly contribution called a Superstar. So you could buy us coffee at €5 a pop, 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as you want. We don't mind. Thank you very, very, very much indeed. You can also become a Superstar member for only €10 a month. That will get you a great, great title, special shout-outs, and all those kind of things. And we thank each and every person who has chosen to come and watch Marika and me, and we really, really do. Whether you watch us for a second or half an hour, as some people do, we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. You may have noticed, by the way, the roads are not that busy, and that's because the weather is absolutely scorching. Sorry about that, Miss Andrea, they're only on amber, so I shouldn't lose any gold stars for that. But the van behind me, well, he went through on red, so he should lose a gold star or two. There's a benzene station going to come up very, very shortly, so once you've bought us that coffee, and we thank you very, very much, I'm going to pop in there and get out €50 of my money and pop it in the tank. And it's about $1.50 a litre or so, so that'll keep us going for the day. Yep, you heard me correctly. I spend around €50 a day on benzene, just driving around, making videos, and of course, in the course of business, that's the way it works. You've got to spend it in order to earn it, haven't you? Now it's confusing in this one, because some of these are diesel and some of them are not. We're going to the far one, you see, because some of them have only got benzene in it, and others have got diesel as well. This one in the end's got diesel, so that's the one that we want. So bear with us. You have a look at the rear of the car wash exits, and if you look under there, undercover, you'll see there's a very, very nice classic Mercedes S-Class, and it's a beautiful looking car, isn't it? It's owned by the boss himself. Where's this good barrel got? In Cyprus, you don't have to put your own fuel in, by the way, except on a Tuesday afternoon when they're closed. So you get one of these, you see that? You get one of them, and you give it to the man when he comes over. Yes, that's Benenda. Thank you. So the man comes over, and what he does is he takes the pump and he takes off your petrol cap, and then he pops your fuel in. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. And now we've switched the engine off, the aircon's gone off, and now I'm getting hot. So hopefully he doesn't take too long. But that is a beautiful old Mercedes in there, isn't it? 450 SEL, and it's from about 1970. Let me think now. When did they start making that car? About 1971, and then it ran to about 1979. Yeah, 1979, because in 1979 the new S-Class, the W126 came out. So I presume that is a W125, but I don't think it is. My memory doesn't go that far back. But spectacular car, and I'm wobbling on because there's not a lot to look at, is there? No. I'm thinking, what's that over there? That pump over there is where they come for the agricultural diesel. And if only I could get some of that, because that's pretty much tax-free. And that only works at about 90 cents a litre. But you have to have a special permit or a JCB or something like that. And unfortunately, we haven't got one. But there you go. What can you say? But I say it's very, very quiet in Paphos, because most of the people are either on the beaches or sitting in their air-conditioned bedrooms. And guess what? In a couple of hours, that's where I'm going to go back to, because I understand that it is very, very hot indeed, and the peak of the day is approaching. If you're curious to know what time it actually is, it's 1:10. The man's finished, he's done me cap, that's it, we're off. Aircon's going to come back on, and we're going to chill out that little bit. But we've got to go out to the workshop, because there's one or two little bits and bobs that I've got to do, one or two instructions I've got to give. That's the way it works. If you've got a car that wants servicing or maintaining, shall we say, or you've got a car that's been involved in an accident, well, Mr. Paul could be the man for you. We've got a body shop, and we've got a mechanics, and we also dibble and dabble in used cars as well. But we'll never knowingly sell you a car that's faulty, and if we do, well, we'll fix it for you free of charge. That's right. So far, we've got a good rep. Never knowingly. Well, they've always come back, but only ever had one warranty claim. I should keep my mouth closed, shouldn't I? Only ever had one warranty claim in about 15 years. So we must be doing something right. We do check them over pretty well to start with, that's for sure. So, because there's nothing worse than a car breaking down, is it? It's not nice. It's not nice. So we always go through the cars that I buy, and well, if it needs a new starter motor, if it needs tyres, those kind of things, we'll have a good look at it. Needs a new head gasket, that sort of stuff, we'll sort it out. So if you want a nice car, why not come and have a word with Mr. Paul? Downtown Yeroskipu, that's where we are, and we're stuck at some of those things called traffic lights again. I wonder where that girl with the rucksack is. I've got an idea that she's already got to Limassol and given us a damn good leathering, but there we are. Don't ever race someone when you think you're going to beat them at traffic lights, because you're not, that's for sure. This is Yeroskipu Square, if you're wondering. And, well, you can see it's absolutely dead, isn't it? Normally there's cars parked absolutely everywhere. There we are, my brother's after me, let's all get word with it. Yassas Gumbaro. Okay, about 5 minutes, I'm in Yeroskipu. So, where are you now? Alright. Yeah, 5 minutes, I'll be there. All sorts of things. Right, bye. There we go. The real life of Mr. Paul live. There we are. Aside from now on, we'll leave my phone on not silent, if you understand me. So it rings. So if it rings when we're driving around, I'll answer it and well, say what I have to say. That was my brother. He was curious to know where I am, because I told him I would arrive at the workshop around about 1 o'clock, and it's 1:10. But hey, it's a Cyprus, isn't it? It's a Cyprus. And I've been stuck at traffic lights and having races with girls with rucksacks, those kind of things. Got the important things in life to do, haven't we, as we're driving around. So here we are, downtown Yeroskipu. It's quite a big area, Yeroskipu, by the way. It's the biggest part of Paphos. Rumour has it that about 8,000 to 9,000 people live in and around Yeroskipu. And over there is the Seekins paint shop. So if you want some car paint or some bits and bobs, that could be the place for you. But not after 1 o'clock, because they close for lunch from 1 until around about 3. Quite common in Cyprus, by the way. I remember Lord Ritchie mentioned this, said, well, we're in Europe now. And I said, well, I don't know which part of Cyprus you think is in Europe, but Cyprus doesn't think it's in Europe at all. It's quite happy to get its hand in the European till and get some money out of it to supposedly improve its infrastructure and its roads, but that's about it, really. Oh, and if you want to fly into a holiday, they won't stamp your passports. But apart from that, they don't think they're in Europe. Rant over. There we go. We're now entering Colony. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Don't trust me on the way I say things, by the way. My pronunciation is, well, Sherlock Holmes, shall we say. Let's keep going. we're heading out towards the workshop, and I can imagine Lady so sweet is getting very excited indeed. But don't get too excited, we're not actually going to do a workshop tour today, we're just driving out in that direction, and then I've got to dismount and go and sort one or two things out and hand some money out. Terrible, isn't it? I've got to pay out some money today. What a shocking day it is. So on that note, if you are wondering about how the channel is funded, go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Buy Me a Coffee, Rika and me, Google it and up it'll come. And you can choose to buy us a coffee or two as a thank you, as a salute, or perhaps to motivate us to make a special video for you. If you want a shout out for your birthday, a shout out for an anniversary, a shout out for your cat to come in at night, I don't mind, especially for you. You can also find us on YouTube itself. Scroll across where the like, the dislike, we don't really mind. You've got download and shorts, and there's also a heart-shaped button with a $sign in the middle, and that's known as the YouTube's thanks button. Super thanks to give it its correct title. Hit it, and of course you can choose to make a small contribution to the channel and keep us afloat. And we thank you very much indeed. Mr. Costa, thank you very much indeed. Very much appreciated. People do it over and over, and we cannot thank you enough. We really can't. And if there's something we can do for you, let us know in the comments, and we'll do our very best. If you want us to go and see a restaurant, a hotel for you, we will, if we can. But often the hotels are throwing us out, if you understand me. So there we go. We're coming towards the tree-lined avenue, which means that very shortly we're easily going to take a left, and we're going to head up towards the industrial park, and well, go and see what's going on, shall we? You can also go up here to the left and join the main highway, motorway. Some people call it freeway if you're in America, isn't it, I suppose. And it's the fastest way to get to Limassol. It's the fastest way to get to Nicosia or to Larnaca. And to Larnaca Airport, perhaps if you're going, I don't know, off to some faraway place. You never know, that could be the place for you. Most of the people coming to Paphos fly into Paphos Airport. But of course, one or two don't. If you're coming in from Switzerland, you can't. You have to fly into Larnaca, and then either a friend picks you up, or a taxi, or a bus. And of course, that's the same with one or two other countries as well. Inconvenient, isn't it? Very inconvenient indeed. So here we go. Beautiful day, by the way, if you're wondering. It really is. The sky's looking blue, the sea's looking blue. Mr. Paul's dressed head to toe in blue. All that's missing is you. And of course, if your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and a very proud dog called Mr. Bobo. The temperature in Paphos at the moment is in and around 35-36 degrees, and they forecasted it like that for the next 2 weeks or so. After that, they say it might go up a bit more. So, you know, if you're looking for that special suntan, perhaps Paphos is that special place for you. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course, if you do like what you see, want to hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of Mr. Paul's complete and utter madness on the Breakfast Club. Thanks for watching. If you want some electricity, that's an electricity producing plant, which we need some, because I've got the air conditioning is on full blast at the moment in the house. And electricity in Cyprus is not cheap, by the way. I think we're the second most expensive place for electricity in Europe. The only more expensive place is Holland. But what they forgot to tell you was, in Holland, most people earn 3 to 4 times what people earn in Cyprus. So that means Cyprus is the most expensive place to buy electricity, and it's bloody dear. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very soon indeed.